All right, 4 models all executing the same task, and one of them is free. So stick around and see who wins. All right, here's the setup. I got 4 models. We're all going to be building the same Doom clone. I use the Taskmaster and I set up the tasks so they are all the same except for the working directory and then the model. From left to right, you're going to see GPT 5.5. That's the Flex version, which is 50% of the normal cost. Still runs fine. Then you'll have Haiku 4.5, then Grok build, which is in early access, and then Gemma 4, which is free, and that's the 31 billion parameter, and it's a Q4 quant. The Grok build, again, it's in early access. It's the cheapest of the 3 cloud models, but it ends up costing the most. As media generation failures, that's the model trying to generate an image size that the provider doesn't support. In this case, I'm using OpenAI's image 1.5. On the left there, you'll see the Taskmaster. It's got the status of all the models. You'll see them change the check marks as they finish. So each agent has the main task, which is to build the game using WASD to move around. And then they have a subtask, which is to add a menu with the start and quit with a wallpaper in the background. And then after that, they add a reticle, a weapon, and spacebar fires a projectile. The brown boxes you see here in the chat, those are the Taskmaster prompting the next phase of the build. This is all running on its own. I'm not doing anything. You'll see me actually run the games and test them, but that's about it. That's all I do. And I do interject every now and then to try to help the models out. Like Grok was sucking, and then Haiku was also kind of sucking, especially with this texture mapping. Trying to give them all the best chance possible. So GPT is done. It cost $1.07. Here in the bottom along the bottom of your screen in each chat input area, you'll see the price. So it was $1.07 for GPT, 44 cents so far for Haiku, 43 cents for Grok, and then of course the local model is free. All right, we're going to run the GPT one real fast. The Gemma model did have a error. I don't know what happened. It's quit, error terminated. I just typed proceed and it kept working. All right, we got the menu. GPT doesn't look too bad. It added a mini map up and left, a frame per second counter in the top right. Spacebar works to shoot a projectile. Not too bad. It also ended up having the best texture mapping, which you would expect from a Frontier model. So I closed out that window. Now let's test out Haiku. All right, Haiku was playing like a slideshow. It's got a reticle and everything. Didn't have very good mapping on that. Actually, didn't have good mapping on anything. I am prompting it. Gemma just started on the last phase, which is to add the weapon. I restarted the Grok build one because it just wasn't working very well. Gemma is the only one who actually generates a real weapon, as you can see on there on the right. Yeah, Haiku never got the texture mapping squared away at all. I was like, hey, work on your UVWs, work on your tiling. It just wasn't getting it. All right, this is Gemma. I stopped after Gemma finished its game. But the weapon looks good. It's really pixelated, but it plays. It's smooth, and I'm surprised how well it did, especially for one shot. I didn't have to go in and tell anything. But here's the results of all 4 of them side by side. Grok, like I said, was mostly just stuck in the wall, never really did anything. And despite it being the cheapest model, it was also the most expensive in the end. Here we're going to do a browser agent, which is, again, I'm using Gemma 4 31B. It's going to be testing a game that I made. It's just a little diagnostic medical game. But the point is, the browser agent is running the game for me, doing all the testing. As it comes across a problem, it fixes the problem, restarts the game, retests. It uses screenshots to make sure the UI and everything's good. And it'll just run all day and all night, especially with the local model. All right, here I'm going to have the Gemma 4 build a website. Just a fake FrankenCoder website. It's going to generate an image for a logo, and it's going to generate a video. This has been a small demonstration of some of the features and capabilities of FrankenCoder. FrankenCoder is a tool that uses AI. It's not its own AI. I don't offer any inference. You bring your own model. If you're not hitting your usage limits with your cloud provider, whoever you use with your subscription, then just you can stick with them. Like it's going to be cheaper in the long run, unless you just want to cancel and just use all local models, and that will suit your use case. In any case, you can find me on Discord. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'll keep making videos like this so you can see more capabilities, and I'll use local models so you can see like how a local model compares to a cloud model. Until then, keep building.